Welcome to this demonstration called router on a stick configuration. So how this works is you have a switch with two different networks on the switch in two different VLANs, and you need to pass the traffic from the one VLAN to the other VLAN. One method to do that is to use a router on the one side. So the ports, so how this will be done is the switch with the two ports facing the devices will be set to access ports, and the VLANs will be assigned to the ports facing the devices. Then the port facing the router will have both VLANs on, okay, and the port facing the switch on the router will have sub-interfaces with the configured IPs that talk to the two different networks. Okay, so let's get started. So first we want to configure the two devices, the two virtual computers, and then the switch, and then the router. So over here you type IP, and then the network address is 10.0.10.2 with the mask 255.255.255.0 is for 24 mask, and the gateway is the router address. Okay, so that's 10.0.10.1 PC1. Okay, for PC2 IP 10.0.20.2 with the mask 0 and the gateway, which is the IP address of the router 10.0.20.1. So that's gateway address. Okay, so these are set up. Show IP. So you can see the IP address of PC2 is 10.0.20.2 24 mask, and the gateway is the address of the router. That's going to be set up. Okay, now for the switch. So on the switch, you need to create two VLANs. Configure terminal, VLAN 10, name, sales, then VLAN 20, name, office. Okay, exit to show VLAN brief. Okay, so we have our two VLANs over here. Now to assign it to interfaces. Okay, so interface gig01, and this should be a switchboard access VLAN 01 is 10. Okay, so now that switchboard gig01 is on VLAN 10. Okay, exit interface gig02 switchboard access VLAN 20. Okay, exit. Now to set the gig00 port onto both VLANs. Okay, so it's interface gig00. Okay, and it should be configured to a trunk. So it's a switchboard access port trunk encapsulation .1q. Okay, and it's switchboard mode trunk. Okay, and then it's a switchboard trunk allowed VLAN 10 and 20. Okay, so do show run interface gig00. So we can see over here the switch port is in the trunk setting is set to have the .1q encapsulated. Okay, and the mode is set to trunk, and the allowed VLANs is between 10 and 20. Okay, so let's see how the VLANs look like. Exit here, show VLAN 3. Okay, so we can see on VLAN 10 we have gig 01 over there, VLAN 10, and on VLAN 20 we have gig 02, gig 02 and VLAN 20. Okay, now over here gig 00 is not displayed. It's because it's a trunk. Okay, show interface trunk. Okay, so the gig 00 is busy trunking over here, and with the .1q encapsulation method, and the allowed VLANs is 10 and 20. Okay, so the switch is set up. Now going over to the router. So over here we need to create two sub interfaces with the IP addresses. Okay, configure terminal, interface gig 00. So on the physical port facing the switch, there will not be an IP address, because we are going to talk, the IP addresses are going to be put onto the sub interfaces facing the VLANs. Okay, so but we need to unshut this port. No shut. We need to activate the port. Set the port to active. Okay, there the port is active. Now going over to the sub interfaces. So interface gig 00.10. The interface name is .10. And over here the encapsulation is .1q, and the VLAN is 10. Whenever you are busy setting up the interfaces, make sure the sub interface name and the VLAN match. If you don't do that, it's going to be very difficult to troubleshoot later. Okay, and over here the IP address. So IP address for VLAN 10 on the router side is 10.0.10.1 255.255.0 for the 24 mods. Okay, exit and interface gig 00.20. Okay, encapsulation .1q, and the VLAN is 10, and the IP address is 10.0.21 255.255.255.0. Okay, and so this is set up. Exit, let's say exit again, show IP interface group. Okay, so over here we can see the physical port is up. The sub interfaces have IPs assigned to them. .10 is 10.0.10.1, okay, and for .20 it's 10.0.21. Okay, so now we can see if this works. So on the PC we are going to ping, let's ping the router first. Okay, ping 10.0.10.1. This is the default gateway. So on the first ping, the reason why it's a timeout is because it was looking for the op. It doesn't know the MAC address yet. Okay, so let's try to ping over to the PC2. So this one is 10.0.20 0.20 and 2. Okay, so as you can see it's working now, and vice versa, it should also be working. Ping from PC2 to PC1. So on PC2 you are pinging 10.0.10.2. Sorry, 2. As you can see it's working. And that's how you configure a router on a switch. Thank you for looking at this demonstration. Please subscribe for more videos in the future. Thank you. Goodbye.